98FM's Dublin Talks with Adrian Kennedy. Weekdays from 10 a.m. on 98FM.
Trish, tell me what happened with this attempted dog abduction.
Well, I was just walking my dog in my local park, and these two lads they were grown men, sitting under a tree, and they were very interested in the dog, you know. So they said they passed remarks about robbing the dog.
They actually passed remarks about robbing the dog?
He did. He said they were calling the dog over. It was mainly one of them. He was sitting in the grass, and he was feeling all around, I think, for stitches or to see if he was spayed or whatever. And they said, we're going to rob your dog. These were grown men now. And the other one was standing up. So I started to get worried then. And I was calling her. And then he said, is she a pup? And I was like, no, she's not. And then he was asking, could he see her back teeth? So I just knew, no, they're definitely up to something.
Sorry, this randomer asks to see your dog's teeth. Obviously to see how healthy or how young or old the dog is. What sort of a dog are we talking about?
Well, I don't like to say, but she's a crossbreed. She's not a pedigree.
She's not a pedigree, okay.
She's a lovely little dog now.
Okay, and she... sorry, where did this happen?
In the lawn, Ballyfermot, yeah. The Lafonia Park, maybe you know.
Oh, you do, yeah, Lafonia Park, yeah, very good. And so, okay, these randomers start expressing an interest in your dog, start asking to look at the dog's teeth and asking if it was a pup, and you're convinced they were thinking about robbing your dog?
Oh, definitely, yeah, 100%, yeah. Now, I'm lucky because I wouldn't have stood a chance on my own, you know. So if they had just taken her, you know, I would have ran after them, but I don't know what I could have done, you know. Right,
okay. So what happened then? They're looking at stitches, they're checking her teeth and everything else, and you're convinced that they were going to steal her, but they obviously didn't.
Yeah, well, I didn't panic, but I just said, no, don't check her teeth. She's very nervous. She doesn't like people doing that. So he let her go when I walked towards them. But there was no one else around, you know, in the park. Not over that side anyway. Okay, but you're convinced that there was a strong possibility they were going to rob your dog? Oh, definitely, yeah. They were thinking about... They might be just eyeing her up, you know. They're probably there to eye up other dogs and maybe follow people home. That's my guess. Okay, so your warning is be aware. Just be careful. Yeah. Be aware, yeah, because, you know, a lot of people let their dogs run around in that park, and I've always felt safe there, always. And I still will, but when this passes, you know, hopefully... A lot of people may listen to Trish's story, Adrian. A lot of people may think, well, this doesn't happen. Well, I was looking into this, Trish, after we spoke before the show today to find out, because it's something we've never discussed on the show. It never gets discussed anywhere. Dog theft. Adrian, how many dogs, now this is according to one pet website, how many dogs do you think are taken on a weekly basis in Ireland? I wouldn't have a clue. Well, according to this stat, up to 150 dogs are stolen on a weekly basis in Ireland. That's a lot of dogs. Pretty sure it is. I would never have thought it was that much. So what are you going to do, Trish, in the future to... Well, I mean, what can you do? It's been reported to the police, hasn't it? Yeah, well, I'll be more nervous now. I'll be more cautious. I went out a different gate to go home so they wouldn't follow me home, you know. Because she's not a pedigree, so maybe they weren't interested because she was spayed and she wasn't a pedigree. But he was definitely checking, you know. And for people who have pedigree, or also they could be looking for them to use for the bait dogs as well, you know. So, and they actually said at one stage, didn't they? They said, we want to take your dog. Well, one of them said, we're going to rob your dog. That alarmed me then. I just turned back then. Like, I didn't leave her, but I had walked ahead a little bit, you know. Oh, okay, so, that is scary. Yeah. All right, so be warned. Don't let anybody near your dog and keep your dog on a lead at all times, basically. All right, thanks very much indeed, Trish, for highlighting that. That's a story, actually, that got a fair bit of traction as well. So where was it again? Lafonia Park, isn't it? Yeah. Ballyfermot. It is. Now, here's what one website is saying, Adrian, about dog theft. So, as I said, if anybody has ever had their dog, well, obviously you have. I'm sure there are people listening who've had their dog stolen. Let us know, where was the dog stolen? Did you ever get the dog returned? We'd love to hear from you. You can text or WhatsApp 087
087 98 98 98. That's the text or WhatsApp number. 0877 98 98 98. So this is just one particular website, Adrian, that is saying up to 150 dogs stolen from Irish homes every week. And it's giving you different ways to prevent the theft of your pet. It's saying make sure you have your dog microchipped, obviously. I think that's the law anyway, isn't it? Microchipped
It is. Not everybody has it done, though. And in fact, I'll be honest, our little dog, I didn't have microchipped until about 2 or 3 months ago when she disappeared.
Well, that's a disgrace. As soon as you get a dog...
We just forgot about it.
Yeah, you shouldn't forget
That's the truth of it. But when we did get her, when we found her, we got her microchipped straight away. So
okay, some other ways to stop your dog being stolen. It says here as well, make sure you know where your dog is at all times. I would have thought that's a given. But if you leave the dog in the house and you go out for a day's work and someone breaks into the house, what can you do? I mean, are dogs expensive? I don't know. I've never had a full breed dog.
Pedigree dogs are, yeah.
How much could you pay for a pedigree dog?
700 quid.
Really?
Yeah.
For what breed?
St. Bernard, for example.
So our neighbours are into pedigree dogs. They have it's a German name dog. Give me a name of a German dog.
A Dachshund.
No, it's not a Dachshund. Oh, sorry, Weimaraner.
Oh, never heard of that.
Look it up. It's a very posh dog.
Posh dog? What's a posh dog?
But there's such a thing as
Hello, I'm posh.
That's what he says, yeah.
Woof, woof.
Well, he lives in a gated community in Dublin 18.
I've never heard of a posh dog.
Yes, there is such a thing as a posh dog. Like a pit bull isn't a posh dog, is it? Pit bulls' owners normally have football tattoos on them and cigarettes over their ears, don't they?
So there's such a thing as a posh dog?
Absolutely. Anyway, I digress. These are the ways to stop your your dog's being stolen. Spay and neuter your dog. It says that if your dog is spayed or neutered, they are less likely to be targeted because they have no breeding use. That's why these dogs are being stolen, Adrian, to breed. Okay? Mm-hmm. Be careful what you share on social media. If you put photographs up of a very expensive dog, it's going to become a more vulnerable target. Okay? So my neighbours shouldn't put the photograph of their posh Weimaraner dog. It's a very posh... Have you ever seen the dog? Look it up.
Woof, woof.
No, look at him. Look at him.
Hello, I'm from South Dublin.
Actually,
woof, woof.
They look posh. Look at them.
Sorry, there's no such thing as a posh dog.
Absolutely is. There absolutely is a posh dog. Say a Jack Russell.
Yeah.
That's not a posh dog.
Why, what's not posh about a Jack Russell?
It's not a posh dog. Nah, that's an Jesus How You dog. It is, isn't it?
God, we've stooped to a new low on this show now.
What?
Posh dogs is what we're talking about.
Or who are the dogs that Elizabeth has? What are those dogs?
Corgis.
Yeah, they're posh. Corgis are posh. You can tell.
Right.
And let that be a warning to you that if you are a dog owner, and not if you have a mongrel, nobody's going to rob a mongrel, are they?
Well, are they posh?
You're taken aback by this whole thing, aren't you?
I am, yeah.
Did you look up Weimaraner yet?
No.
Have a look at a Weimaraner dog. It's the most beautiful dog ever. Another friend of mine, Adrian, has a very posh... This is actually probably the poshest dog you can get in Ireland, yeah?
Right.
It's called a chow chow. You ever seen a chow chow?
What's a chow chow?
A very posh dog. These dogs, you will only ever find...
Hello, I'm a chow chow.
You will only ever find chow chow dogs in gated communities and postcodes with an even number.
So they're Southside dogs.
They're Southside posh dogs. Chow chows. Beautiful dog. Very posh. Very expensive.
Liam.
Well, how's it going, lad?
How are you, Liam?
I never thought we'd be talking about dog snobbery on the show, Liam.
No, nor did I. Liam, have you got a posh dog?
No, he's not really posh, like, he's just expensive.
He's expensive. What sort of a dog? Well, how much did you pay for him?
£1,500 sterling.
Oh, my...
£1,500 sterling?
Yeah.
Now, before Brexit, that was a lot of money. It's not so much now, Adrian. It's not worth it.
But it's still more than euros. So, what sort of a dog did you pay £1,500 sterling for?
Doberman.
A Doberman?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have put Dobermans in the posh dog category.
I was about to say that. No.
But 1,500 quid for a Doberman, obviously a thoroughbred Doberman.
Yeah, no, he's champion bred, so yes, that's why it's so expensive.
Now, if I paid €1,500 for any dog, Liam, the dog would want to be able to talk for a start. He'd want to be able to flush the toilet
and make you a cup of tea.
Make you a cup of tea. That's a lot of money.
Well, we paid £1,000 for one 12 years ago.
And
12 years ago.
What breed was
a lot more money.
What breed was that?
Doberman again. Same again, Doberman.
Wow. So £1,500 for a dog.
I didn't realise Dobermans were that expensive.
No, nor did I. Let me read this message. I live in Swords and I have a Jack Russell and he has blue-green eyes and I let him out to pee in the morning and he usually comes back, but 2 weeks ago he didn't. He was gone from 11 until 5 and I was heartbroken. But it was up on Facebook and rang around the vets and told them he's microchipped and the vets rang me. The woman had seen him and brought him to the vets. To say I was upset was an understatement, but I got my baby back and he got grounded. But the point being, have them microchipped. If you have a dog, get it microchipped. At least you have some way of tracing your dog. Maria, you're on 98 FM. Hi, Maria.
Hiya.
Now, Maria,
Hiya.
you were also approached by somebody over your dog.
Well, yeah, I had my 2 dogs out on their walk and I was coming home back through my estate, obviously, to go home. And there was a couple of lads in a van, I think they were putting leaflets on banger cars, I'm going to call them. And I'm walking down the road and one of them was like, "That your dog, I love you, how long have you got them?" So, well, they're both rescues, you know. 1 a year, 1.5 a year, one kind of like that. I think that one's my dog. I said, I don't think so. He goes, "Where did you get it?" I said, "It's a rescue." "Oh, well, my dog escaped. I think that's mine." I said, "Well, I have her 6 months and she's not your dog." And I just kept walking.
Wow.
So it was like, yeah.
Adrian,
Oh, sorry, there you are.
Sorry, Adrian, you stole a dog that was tied up at a lamppost, didn't you, and brought it home?
I didn't steal a dog, firstly. We rescued a dog that was abandoned.
And how do you know he was
Yeah.
abandoned?
Because we went to every single pound in Dublin. I announced it on the radio. We put it in the local papers, and nobody claimed the dog.
And where did you get the dog, Maria, originally?
They're both DSPCA dogs.
And he was convinced that your dog was originally his.
Trying to make out. He was kind of go, "I think that's my dog." It's like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to go, here, have your dog back."
Yeah, as if you're going to hand over the dog to some random fella. No, it's a big thing, Maria. What breed of dog is he?
Well, they're both lurchers, so, you know, I reckon hunting dogs, they were looking for coursing or racing or I don't know, but they weren't bloody getting them.
Yeah, well, lurchers are very fast. Lurchers are a type of greyhound.
Yeah,
aren't
they're
they?
like greyhounds, yeah.
Unfortunately, Maria, though, they're not on the Posh dog list.
Well, they live in D4, so they are posh dogs.
Sorry, Rings End's in D4 and it's not Posh.
No, I'm not.
What's
I'm
wrong
not
with Rings End?
Just saying. You know the way people say D4 is posh?
Yeah.
Rings
I know.
End is D4.
But you say, I live in Dublin 18.
But
but
you
sure,
live in
there's
Dublin.
parts of Dublin 18 aren't posh.
Yes, sir, there's no...
I'll tell you where I am.
Go
I'm
on.
in Donnybrook. So,
Donnybrook's posh.
yeah, there you go. So it's a pair of posh lurchers.
Well, Lurcher isn't on the list. Thanks, Maria. Adrian, they've actually listed...
Oh, sorry, there's actually a list of posh dogs.
Yeah, you can get a list for anything. This is a list on the website simply for dogs. Don't look it up because I want to see if people can guess what it is. They have listed the 15 poshest dog breeds. This is how did you not know this was a thing?
I just didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a posh dog.
Okay, and they've listed...
Do they all speak like David Norris?
But no, dogs can't speak. And if they
Do
did,
they bark like David
and if they
Norris?
did, it had the heart.
Woof, woof.
Yes, they have an English accent bark. What way does David Norris bark?
Woof, woof.
Hello, I'd like some pedigree charm.
Woof, woof.
What do you think have been listed as the one of the 15 top poshest dogs? Now, Adrian, what breed is your dog?
He's a Pomeranian.
Pomeranian. Let me see.
Well, we have a Pomeranian and a jug.
Oh my God, number 6.
Is it Pomeranian?
No, it isn't, Adrian.
Oh.
It's Rottweiler. I never would have put Rottweiler down.
It's a posh dog.
Yeah, it is a posh dog. It didn't used to be, it says, but it used to be known as the preferred the preferred breed of dog for drug dealers and criminals. But in the last few years, it's become a very posh dog, and you can pay up to 1,500 quid for a Rottweiler.
That's because they've so much money, you see. The drug dealers have loads of money. That's what makes them posh.
And do you think drug dealers are spending all their money on Rottweilers? Is that what they're doing?
This is unbelievable. So there's a list. So you want people to text in what is number one on the list of posh
I've already
dogs?
told you what number 1 is because my neighbour has one in Dublin 18. And number 1 on the list of poshest dogs, look it up, Adrian, they're beautiful, is a Chow Chow. You can't even buy a Chow Chow in Ireland. You have to get them imported from China, I think, or something like that.
Chow Chow.
Chow Chow. CHOW, CHOW. Beautiful dog.
Chow Chow.
I think they're about $5,000 or something like that. They come from China.
Oh, yeah, I see one here, yeah.
And they are so expensive and so posh, these dogs, that when you buy one, they actually fly them over on an airplane from China to you. They
Really?
actually put them on a seat. Yeah, that's how posh these dogs are.
They're fierce ugly, though.
Okay, Texter, excuse
He's
me.
like, he's like a fat Pomeranian.
They are the most beautiful dog
He's
ever.
like a fat Pomeranian.
No, he's not. Pomeranian isn't even on the list, Adrian. Your must didn't even make it onto the list. Text or WhatsApp 0877 98 98 98. What do you think is in the top 15 of poshest dogs of all time? Now, I have to say, my dog's not on the list. I'm very upset about that.
Why, what dog have you got?
I have a cross. I have a Jack of Wow.
Lee!
How are you?
Lee, what do you think is on this list of posh dogs? I never knew there was such a thing.
A King Charles. It's in the name.
It's certainly a King Charles. Yeah, he has to be a posh dog.
Yeah, it's number 2 on the list. A Cavalier King Charles Spaniel, they're called. They were once famously owned by Frank Sinatra had one, and also Ronald Reagan had a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel. And if you look at them, you can tell a posh dog because a posh dog always holds his head up high when he's walking. You know, he's like, I'm looking down my nose on everybody. You're beneath
Proper
me.
posture.
Yes, proper posture. And you'll never see a posh dog licking its own balls.
Really not?
Yeah,
What,
actually,
they just don't do it.
They don't do it. No, they don't. They see
What,
that
they get somebody else to do it for them,
yes,
do
they pay somebody to do it. They see that as scum. That's scum. What breed of dog do you have, Lee?
We had a Bichon.
Now,
Bichon. That sounds posh. Oh, I'm a Bichon.
Now, Bichon is actually number 5 on the list. The Bichon is a companion dog known for its plumed tail and a fluffy coat. It originated in Spain and in the last 20 years has become the most wanted dog of the rich and famous. Now, are you rich or famous, Lee?
No.
Okay, get rid of the dog then.
I'm neither.
I think Paris Hilton has one. Doesn't she bring one around in her handbag? Bichon Frise.
She has a Chihuahua or something. I thought
is
she
it
had
a
now.
Chihuahua? Yeah. That bag must be manky inside.
Chihuahuas. Sorry, Alva, you're on 98 FM. Hi, Alva.
Hi, how are you?
Back to the stealing of dogs. You believe that a lot of them are stolen for a particular purpose. Hello, Alva?
Yeah, hi, how are you?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I've heard dog pounds have actually put them up that they found dogs and basically they've been stolen for people's gardens and they end up coming back to them, being found in fields and absolutely mauled. And they said it's from fighting with other dogs, and that's why they think a lot of dogs are being taken from people's gardens for dog fighting.
No, I knew dog fighting. No, Alva, my head is in the clouds when it comes to this. But I thought dog fighting was a thing of the past.
No,
No,
I reckon
no.
it's a lot more common than you think, especially down the country.
And where's it happening?
Well, apparently, this was a dog pound in Kilkenny. It came up on Facebook, and they were talking about it and saying that it's quite common. A lot of dogs seem to be going missing. And then they let them off if they're in a bad way, and obviously some of the dogs will end up dead, basically.
But hang on. I've seen videos of this on the internet in America, but I never thought it happened in Ireland, Alva. And what you're saying is, do people go into these big sheds and watch 2 dogs fighting to the death and bet money on it?
Yeah, and because they'll have a particular dog that they like, whatever it is, I don't know, and they'll pick a random dog, which would be, like I have a little dog here, and wouldn't be used to fighting, but when you put him again another dog, a dog is going to try to defend himself, and...
What kind of twisted...
That's
I don't
sick.
know.
It's really
I
sick.
don't
It
know.
really is.
And it was actually horrible to see, because this was a dog that was owned from a family, and it was a little boy who, it was his little pet, like, and it was obviously in a bad way, like, because I asked for help with the besties and stuff like that.
And what breed of dog have you got?
I have a puggle.
What?
A puggle.
That's
a puggle.
So it's a
Puggle.
cross between a pug and a poodle.
No, a pug and a beagle.
A pug and a beagle?
Yeah.
A puggle.
Puggle, yeah.
Because I've got a pug. Or sorry, I have a jug, and she's a Jack Russell pug.
Yeah, no, he's crossed between a beagle. But to be honest, he's more like a pug than a beagle now. But he does run like anything.
This is one thing that annoys my wife, Alva. She's a veterinary nurse. And people that call crossbreed dogs a breed, it's not a breed of dogs. It's a mongrel, basically.
Yeah, no, I know that. Yeah, but it sounds better when you call it.
But you know the way people are all going around saying now, I have a lovely breed of dog. He's a
jug.
No, what's the one that they're all getting now? The Labrador and the poodle.
Cockadoodle or...
A cockadoodle, yes, Adrian. My breed dog is a cockadoodle. No, it's a mongrel. It's a mongrel.
No, ours is a jug.
No, it's not a breed. That is not a breed.
Kifa, you're on 98 FM. Hi, Kifa.
How are you?
Now, I know, Adrian, before we even ask Kifa the story, I know she has a posh dog, because just listen to her. You can picture Kifa walking up Killiney calling
Okay,
dog.
now,
Come here, Rover. Come here.
Kifa, do you have a posh dog?
I do. My dog is a Cavajon.
A what?
A Cavajon. She's a cross between a Bichon Frise and a Cavalier.
No, she's only a mongrel.
She's a mongrel.
No.
Yeah.
No, she is Posh.
No, they don't have papers. You can't. If you were a
No, I tell you, you see how you will fall in love with her, and she knows she's.
And what
Oh, here, geez, Adrian will fall in love with anything that licks him, so just relax.
Relax there. Kifa, what makes your dog posh?
Well, if her if her bowl is not on a mat, she will not eat it. It has to be on a mat. You take the
That's
mat away.
posh.
Yeah,
she
that's
will
posh,
sit down
yeah.
and she will bark.
Okay.
When she goes for a poo, her bum is always wiped for her. I have her baby wiped.
Sorry. Whoa.
Yeah,
Hang on.
sorry. I like
Just
my
reverse a
dog
bit there.
clean.
When she goes to the loo, when she has a number 2, you do what?
I wipe her bum for her with a baby wipe.
Oh, for God's sake.
She has to be clean. I can't bring her out for a walk looking all dirty.
Oh, no, I mean, God, imagine you would be shamed walking down the road with a dog with a dirty
That
bum.
hadn't wiped its arse.
Absolutely.
So you wipe your
have
doggy's
that.
bottom when he has a little poo-poo.
Absolutely, yes.
That's hilarious. That's a posh
I've
dog.
news
That's
for
the
you.
poshest dog I've
But
ever
it's not.
heard of.
Your dog isn't posh, and it's a mongrel, basically. And the thing about half-breed dogs, Adrian, and crossbreed dogs is you could bring your dog to Crufts.
I couldn't I?
No, the half-breeds aren't allowed into Crufts.
Oh, are they not?
No, they're not.
But
No.
they should be.
That's discrimination against half-breeds.
They're not allowed into Crufts. Sorry, Kifa. No, you'd be turned away at the door. Did you not know that,
No
Adrian?
way. I tell you, they'll just look at her and they will let her in. She's an exception.
And surely when a dog... Adrian, I don't know the workings of a dog's bum. How did it... Under normal circumstances, when a dog does a poo, how does it clean its arse?
I don't know.
Well, she turns around to me and it's just done for her, so...
You need to put manners on that dog. That's ridiculous.
I don't actually know how a dog normally wipes its own arse. I can't believe we're even having this conversation. But I certainly don't wipe our dog's arses. Maybe I should. Melissa.
Hello.
Melissa, have you got a dog?
I've got a dog.
Okay, do you wipe your dog's bottom?
Oh, God, no.
No. God knows, right. Now, you have a Japanese Akita,
Yeah.
and you want to know if it's posh.
Yeah.
I'm looking to see if Akita is on the list. If it was Nikita, now it would be posh. That's not a posh name.
No.
A Japanese Nikita. No, Samoyed is there, though. Is that the same kind of dog, is it?
I don't think so.
No, I'm sorry to say, Akita isn't on the list. I'm sorry. So your dog is basically scum. I'm sorry to break it to you.
Start wiping its arse and it might become posh.
Fair enough.
Okay,
Here,
thanks.
Adrian, this dog sounds very posh. It's number 15 on the list. I've never even heard of this dog, but
Yeah,
listen
go
to
on.
it, okay? It's a Tibetan Mastiff.
Ooh.
So it's from Tibet. I don't even know where Tibet is. Where is it?
It's near India somewhere.
That sounds posh. Tibetan Mastiff.
Okay.
There's some dogs. Can I give you the list and we'll finish up on this, yeah? Here are the top 10
Sorry, apparently,
Yes?
Crufts, and apparently this is no lie, Crufts have a show for crossbreeds called Scruffs.
Ah, stop. Really?
Apparently, Google that there.
So all the mongrels with like 3 legs and no whiskers?
Sorry, my mongrel doesn't have 3 legs.
I'll look that up in a sec. You look it up and I'll give you the dogs. This is the definitive list of posh dogs, okay? So Chow Chow is there. Cavalier King Charles Spaniel. American Staffordshire Terrier. What else is there? Oh, Adrian, here's posh. A Canadian Eskimo dog.
Oh!
Canadian Eskimo dog. Bichon Frise. Rottweiler. Samoyed. They're the big white dogs that bark constantly. Alsatian is on the list.
Is it?
American Alsatian, yeah. A bearded collie. You once went out with a bearded collie, didn't you? That's what you used to say. A British Bulldog, and I'll give you one more. A Yorkshire Terrier is a posh dog as well. Oh, and Corgi as well is on the list. Did you look up about Scruffs yet?
Yeah, I can't find that. That's somebody just made that up.
But it does seem like discrimination that you wouldn't allow.
It is. It's absolute discrimination. I mean, in this day and age, you can't tolerate that.
We have equality in this day and age.
Absolutely, yeah.
So you saying if a half breed dog a mongrel goes up to the door, crufts, the doorman's going to say, no, I'm sorry, not your type in here.
Apparently
We're not going to let you in here. Go away.
Thomas, you're on 98FM. How are you, Thomas?
Not too bad, lads. How are you getting on?
Thomas, your wife is a dog groomer.
Yeah, that's correct.
And she has a very unpleasant job to do. Now, I would have thought dog grooming is fairly straightforward. You trim their hair or whatever.
No, I'd say it's unpleasant. Now, she wouldn't.
Right, okay. Sorry, by the way, if you're eating at the moment, you might want to put your food down because I think this is going to put you off your food. But go on, what does she have to do?
Basically, she has to relieve a dog's anal gland.
Ooh.
And in relieving the dog's anal gland, basically they back up with poo. It's that lady who was talking about wiping a dog's bum with a baby wipe earlier on. Well, my wife has to go that level further. And what she has to do is when she's washing them, or well, I'm not sure 100% of the process, obviously, but when she's washing them, she has to, there's a certain position you grab the anal part in that relieves the glands, which basically squirts out the excess poo that a dog can't push out.
And Mark, where do you get this done? I'm asking for a friend.
What?
I'm asking for a friend. No, it's something I've been putting off for the last few years.
Your anal glands?
No, getting the irrigation thing. You know, the irrigation thing that you get done.
I doubt his wife is going to do it for you.
You never know.
I had that done myself, lads. That's a different process altogether.
All joking aside, it's supposed to be people I know who've had it done. It basically takes out food that's been up there since the 80s and all that.
Does it really?
Yeah, it basically does. So remember that cheeseburger Adrian that
since the 80s now.
And does she not think it's an unpleasant job? She enjoys doing it, does she?
Well, she enjoys the relief that the dogs get.
I never even knew that was a thing.
She does the job mostly for the love of it. And when you do something like that, apparently, the dog gets quite a little bit of relief. And it's the same as when you see your little dog and they scratch their arse off your carpets and stuff like that. That's what they need.
They need colonic irrigation, Adrian. When are you going to bring Sparky? You're Sparky. That'd be well up your Sparky street now.
What?
Colonic irrigation.
I'll ask him when I go home if he fancies it.
Well, I don't think he's going to know what you're talking about.
98FM's Dublin Talks with Adrian Kennedy. Weekdays from 10 a.m. on 98FM.